In Korea, it's an everyday part of life. But for travelers visiting from abroad, there is a place that often comes as a surprise. That place is the public restroom, because restrooms that anyone can use for free are kept remarkably clean and comfortable. Public restrooms that are easy to find and easy to use wherever you go. Why are public restrooms in Korea kept so clean? Why Korea? Foreign interest in Korean public restrooms is nothing new. On Reddit's Korea travel pages, stories about using public restrooms are shared again and again. Korea has clean, free restrooms everywhere. There's a restroom even in parks and subway stations. What surprised me most was that restrooms in food courts, cafes, and office buildings are also free. Among travelers preparing for a trip to Korea, people even share restroom tips. Using a restroom in Korea is an adventure in itself. Hallie Bradley, Soul of Seoul. For many foreigners, Korean restrooms are no longer just a convenience, but part of the travel experience itself. There is even an award called the Beautiful Restroom Award. Since 1999, outstanding examples have been selected every year. Restrooms with background music, restrooms located in forests, and themed restrooms reflecting local stories. This means public restrooms have gone beyond simple functionality and have been made into spaces where people can stay comfortably. So now, let's step inside the restroom. Clean floors and walls, neatly arranged sinks, hand dryers for drying hands, and all the necessary supplies. Nothing is missing. What stands out in Korean public restrooms is that they are designed with the most vulnerable users in mind. Wide spaces that allow wheelchairs to turn, handrails placed within reach, facilities for infants, and features for people with disabilities. A space used by everyone becomes a space that feels safe for everyone. When foreigners see this space, the first thing they often ask is this simple question: "It's this clean? Are you sure it's free?" In many countries, public restrooms are hard to find or require payment. But in Korea, they are densely placed within everyday living areas, easy to find when needed, and free to use. Even though hundreds or even thousands of people use them every day, their cleanliness is still maintained. How is it possible that despite such heavy use, they remain clean? In Korea, public restrooms are seen not as a nice option to have, but as essential infrastructure. In fact, Korea has a separate law governing the installation and management of public restrooms. Local governments make installation plans, conduct regular inspections, and are responsible for improvements. Because this basic management system is firmly in place, public restrooms can always maintain a consistent standard. On top of that, people's attitudes toward respecting public spaces and a culture of trust come together, allowing Korean public restrooms to remain clean over time. There is a saying that you can judge a country by its restrooms. In Korea today, public restrooms are no longer places you visit unwillingly, but public services that everyone can take pride in. A country that does not rely solely on personal goodwill, but manages even the most basic spaces through systems, preserving dignity for everyone. Perhaps this pleasant sense of normalcy is what leaves the deepest impression on those who travel through Korea. What is the most memorable restroom you've experienced in Korea? In the next episode, we explore another Why Korea?